The one thing that changes your career, the one thing that changes your life, the one thing that changes who you are is your ability to choose how to receive feedback. Often we see feedback as a criticism, not as a gift. Our response to feedback is an emotional one, not a practical one. And when we have an emotional response, we don't implement any actions and therefore nothing changes. Historically, organizations and companies have focused their attention on providing constructive feedback. Feedback that is non-offensive and feedback that is at least palatable. The problem here is we don't get to hear what we need to hear. And when feedback is constructive, palatable, nice, what happens is that when feedback comes that is confronting, that is difficult, we are completely unprepared to receive that feedback. And when we get that feedback that is difficult, that is perhaps from someone we don't like or from some place that we don't like, then what happens is that we dismiss that feedback. And then we lose an opportunity for personal and business growth. Now, feedback is one of three elements of accountable leadership. The other two being your ability to run effective teams and also your ability to empower your people. I was gifted a book not too long ago by a CEO I connected with. And I sent him one of my books and he kindly said, well, I want to send you one too. And he sent me the book Legacy, written by James Kerr. Now, Legacy is a book on the basis of the successes of the All Black rugby team. And the one thing that I really liked about the book was that throughout the book, there's ideas and wisdom from the Maori people. And the Maori people had some really interesting things that they said about learning. And they said this. They said that there are two stages of learning. The first stage of learning is silence. And the second stage of learning is listening. So if we think about feedback and receiving feedback, then perhaps the first stage of receiving feedback is silence, which means let us prepare ourselves for the feedback. And then the second stage is listening, meaning hearing what people have to say. I've designed a fantastic and practical workshop around feedback without fear. Now, this is our ability to receive feedback and how we get better at that and what do we do with that and how we implement actions. And so the first step of this workshop is that we'll do an online diagnostic. It's got 35 questions, 5 themes, and what it does is it gives you an instant report on what level you are in terms of your ability to receive and implement and action feedback and a few action steps of what you can do next. We'll do a few other exercises and on understanding a little bit of theory, do a little bit of case studies, and then spend our time on practical things like role plays, putting people in hot seats about receiving feedback and things like this. And then the last part of the workshop is we'll go back to the report that you've received and then look at what are the actions that you should implement, what are the top 3 things that you should be doing, and you walk away with a blueprint and an action plan to get yourself in a position to receive feedback better, but more importantly, once you receive it, what to do with that.